And welcome to Creator Breakfast. Hey, we hit it all on time today. How is everyone out there in YouTube land? Let's see if everything's working. Is everything working? Everything seems to be working. It's always good. Been getting an upgrade. I need to turn that down. That always helps. Getting feedback from my own stream. How's everyone? How's your week? Welcome back to Creator Breakfast. It's good to be back. We missed a week or two there due to being busy and different things coming up. Life issues, life things that come up. Looks like we are getting a little bit of a chat coming through on the screen there today. Just testing a few overlays. Ecamm had a bit of an upgrade in their beta, which include improved overlays. So I'm just testing a few extra things tonight. We'll see if they all work well. I think they will. But as we always do, we like to jump in and say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day it is to everyone here in the chat. So first of all, we're going to jump in and give a few of the shout outs that we like to do. Highlight some names. Now before the stream, people come past. Once it's scheduled, they drop a comment. My name's James was one of those people. Oh, we better move that. There we go. Above the ticker. There we go. My name's James. Yes, you are first. First before the stream, anyway. Urban Explorer also came in just before the stream, as did the Lim family. So they're waiting for it to go live. So hopefully you're here now. We'll see when we scroll down. If you're hanging in the background there and you haven't commented yet, make sure you drop a comment and let me know that you're here, so I can give you a shout out. Including Peter Dell. It is going well, thank you. Yeah, it's just coming up towards midnight in Melbourne. Apologies for the lockdown down there. Locked in again, unfortunately. We had a little taste of that, I bet, last month. So hopefully get back to normal soon. Right on Valentine's Day weekend. Doesn't that suck? All right. We also got Jolly Duck 100. Let's see how many zeros I had. I was going to say 1,000. We also got Runny Egg in the house, and sometimes it can be selecting the wrong comment. Scaly Models is here as well. We'll double back to questions that we might see. Little Crafty Nook is in the house as well. Welcome. Lisa Lee. Eileen Smith, the one and only, is here. And I think I've caught up with the chat so far. All right. Peter dropped a question, so I'm going to double back to the question because this is a Q&A show amongst other things. So make sure if you've got a question for me, you can drop it in the chat and I'll endeavour to answer every question. I like to go comment by comment, not highlight every comment, because if you're chatting amongst yourselves, I'm probably not going to highlight that. Comments are also showing on the screen here for the replay. Not that that matters because YouTube keeps the original chat as well. But we're testing out some of the overlays. I've got the latest Ecamm beta, so we're just making sure that everything's running well. I like to test things. I like to play and test. First time I've put chat over my screen in quite a while. It's been years. It takes me back to my gaming days. Anyway, Peter's question is, Doug, in the title, is it wise to add, say, one word in capital letters? You can use caps for emphasis. I wouldn't put like everything in capitals. So what did I do here? See, I've got in my, like for example, this one, I've got the word live in caps, just to put emphasis on the word live. But everything else is normal. So if you're just using it for like one word for emphasis, that's fine. YouTube says in their Creator Academy that if you do all caps, and I think it's more of an etiquette thing really, because it's like, if you type all caps in, say, chat, that means you're shouting. I don't want to be shouting the title of my video at you. But yeah, there's no problem in using caps to highlight a word in particular. So it's all good. It's all good. Now, how is everybody here? How am I? I'm doing great. Had a solid week and had a day off on Tuesday. Had a house inspection on Tuesday and worked hard the rest of the week at my day job, of course. And the weekends is where we can get in and do some of this stuff, like live streaming and making content and all sorts of things. Now, if you're around on, was it Monday? I think it was Monday. I did a premiere. It was a bit of a test, more so because I was doing recording a tutorial on premieres, which is coming out, I think this Monday coming, so look out for that. So I just picked my next video in queue to be the premiere video, so it wasn't like a tactical thing to make that particular video premiere. So if you missed it, it was a bit of a Streamlabs rant. So if you follow some of the Streamlabs content on my channel, not everybody does, but if you do, then maybe that'll be of interest. So it was interesting watching that live with a handful of people in a premiere. So it was interesting. And afterwards, we also had a live stream, which turned into like a version of this show, in the sense that we did some Q&A at the end. Didn't talk too much about premieres or Streamlabs in the end, but we were answering questions. We had a bit of fun. Those who were hanging out in the chat, I know Ollie Smith was there. There's a few other people there, and that was fun too. So yeah, busy week. Second live stream of the week. How do you like that? And Murmur 98 plays is here as well, and that chat sitting there looks quite good. I'm quite happy with the way that looks. See if you're looking here, we've got to do it this way. Here, finger. I'm losing focus. But once I change scenes, that'll go away, of course, because I've only got that chat sitting on that scene. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm liking it so far because I'm sort of over here. My face isn't getting blocked by the chat. All right, let's see. I think there's some questions in here, so I'm going to highlight some questions. We've got some segments as well, like we'd like to do on the Creator Breakfast. We like to do the subscriber shout-outs, which is coming up soon. And today we might talk about a couple of things. I'm just going to go to my other scene. Oh, what a transition. I set some random transitions really quick on different scenes just before we went live. Today's topic is more streams, ? Channel reactions, ? Office hours, ? You can see that there on the ticker just below right here. So basically, hopefully I cover all those as topics today in the discussion, in between, of course, answering questions. So keep the questions coming, of course. Let me go back to this camera. Here we go. It's a little bit more comfortable on the main camera. Where are we? Here we go. Murmur has a question. How can we get no copyright music in your YouTube video? How do you add a thumbnail in live stream? Is Streamlabs still good for live streaming games? Gee, multiple questions. Let's see if we hit them one at a time. First of all, copyright music. You've got to find music that you're allowed to use. Bottom line, because otherwise you can't guarantee you're going to get a copyright claim, which means they take all your ad revenue. And even if you're not monetized, they're going to put an ad on your video and take ad revenue regardless. Or a strike. You don't want to get a strike because that's, 3 strikes and you're out on your channel, if you know what I mean. 3 strikes. You'll get for copyright, you don't get a warning. So it goes straight into strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. So you don't want to get a strike at all. So how do you safeguard that when it comes? It'd be nice if I could leave this up a bit longer. I've got a timer on that. For copyright music, YouTube Music Library is guaranteed to be safe. And if you do get a claim, you can just say, hey, I got this from the YouTube Music Library, and they should sort that out for you. Second way to be safe is to get some sort of license, whether that's a subscription to something like Epidemic Sound, which is what I use. It means that I pay $15 a month just to use any song in their library whatsoever, including sound effects, even some of the stingers that I've got here that I use on the stream, like this one. Little funky music, little 10-15 second stinger, that sort of thing. They all come from Epidemic Sound. So if you have an active subscription and linked your channel to Epidemic Sound, you're covered. And if anybody claims you, you can say, hey, I got this from Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound has a process that if you happen to get claimed, and like I've been with them for a couple of years, I've never had a claim. So it's all pretty good. So you either get a license or use the guaranteed free things that are in the YouTube audio library. Now, the music library on YouTube is in your studio dashboards. It's really easy to find. Just in the left-hand menu down the bottom, you'll see music library. Any track in there you're allowed to use. Just look for if it needs attribution or not, because there's a couple of tracks in there, particularly the what's his name? Kevin MacLeod track. Some of those, they like to put attribution, which means you just got to put something in the description saying, use with permission, whatever it says to put in there, you put in there. But besides that, most of the music in the YouTube Music Library is free. I'm going to get back to the second part of the question now. How do I add a thumbnail in a live stream? If you're using, depends on what you're using to stream with. Some software like Ecamm, like I'm using now, StreamYard, will allow you to upload a thumbnail, I believe. I know Ecamm does. I'm pretty sure I should know. Hey, I should know what StreamYard allows. I'm pretty sure. I'm just a bit rusty on the old StreamYard. So yeah, depending on software, sometimes in the setup of the stream process, you can actually upload a thumbnail. If it doesn't, say you're using like a mobile app or something like that, where there's no option to upload a thumbnail, you need to schedule your stream. Then you need to go over to YouTube and find the stream in your live stream manager and upload a thumbnail there, which you can do. Everything to set up the stream, like turn your monetization on, add additional stuff to your description, make sure, turn your slow mode on your chat or whatever you want to do that all over on the YouTube side once you've scheduled it with your app, if your app allows scheduling, of course. Some apps just let you go live straight up, and so yeah, you're sort of out of luck in regards to a thumbnail. But what you can do once your live stream's done is go and update the thumbnail to the completed live stream, just like changing a thumbnail on a regular video. So that's the second question, I believe. Is Streamlabs still good for live streaming games? Yes. And I'm not sure if you mean Streamlabs on mobile or Streamlabs on a computer, but either way, Streamlabs on computer, yep, it's solid for games. Streamlabs OBS, just like regular OBS. If you're doing gaming, then use either of those two. If you mean on mobile, it still works. You can still use it, even on iPhone. You just don't get on iPhone, at least you don't get all the fancy overlays. You can't do any of that stuff. It just takes your screen, whatever's on the screen, and sends it to YouTube or Twitch, wherever you're streaming to. So there's limitations because you're on a mobile device. Android is a little bit more flexible, believe it or not. But yeah, hopefully that's answered those questions. If you want to get more specific, you can drop additional questions. My thoughts on shorts from Runny Egg. I love them. I had one short that I put out a couple of weeks ago. It's my second last short on my channel that I did. It was up for about 3 or 4 days, and then all of a sudden, on like a Wednesday or a Thursday, it just, for a couple of hours, it just shot up. So it just like landed in the shorts shelf and just got 5,000 odd views in a hit, and then it just stopped completely, which is sort of the nature of the short shelf. But the beauty of uploading shorts is you can still, if you do everything like you normally do all your keyword research, add a description, add a decent thumbnail, do all that stuff, then your shorts can continue to get views the regular way, like a normal video. People can still watch it like a normal video, have it show up in subscription feeds so subscribers can watch it, all that. So if you do it that way, and just leave it and allow it so that when YouTube want to grab it and put it in the short shelf, which they do, sometimes they'll grab it for a little bit, put it in the short shelf, then drop it back, and then they might come back a few weeks later and grab it again and put it in the short shelf, have another run on it, and it goes back. Sometimes they test it because they're always looking for content for the short shelf. So if you've got it available, because they're grabbing short videos that were uploaded to YouTube before even shorts was a thing, so they're all there, they're getting uploaded. So they've got a group in it. They're still refining the how it recommends, how it picks what video to show to what person, and you know how they do that with recommended and suggested and things like that. They're obviously dialing in that algorithm at the moment. It's not perfect yet, and they're still adding things, and we still don't have in most places, unless you're one of the beta testers or something, is the shorts camera for doing shorts natively on your phone. So I think it's something that's good, and I think it's something you should be aware of and maybe even dabble in. If you don't get any success from it, then that's okay, because you've still got your normal stuff. That's what I'm doing. I'm still doing normal content. I'm live streaming. I'm just throwing shorts out there in short form just to test some things, just to see what works. Try and nail things that are on topic for my channel. Not try and do a TikTok dance, and my channel's got nothing to do with dancing. You don't want to do that. You want to keep it on topic, unless you just want to do a TikTok dance, and you can go and upload that to another channel. Of course. So yeah, we'll see how shorts is going, because it's evolving and it's not in the final form. The final boss form of shorts is not out yet. All right, let's try and hit these questions. Doug, with the channel name, how often should I change my icon? Potentially, you could leave it the same forever if you wanted to. You don't need to change it for any particular reason. It's not going to help you to get more views just because you've got an interesting channel banner. I would, depending on if it's about you or about your channel, I would have an image that sort of reflects what your channel's about. Once you've dialed that in and got that as the final form, you could leave that forever. Like, I pretty much don't expect to change mine for quite a while, because I've got my blue theme. The sunglasses, sort of looking over the top of the sunglasses, is sort of, it was like a happy accident. Now it's sort of sinking in. I'm using coloured sunglasses for my channel memberships when I launch that as loyalty badges. So when you get to different levels and different coloured sunglasses, as somebody in my community tab suggested when I did a bit of a survey. So that's interesting. So, I'm sticking with mine because now it's sort of communicating sort of who I am. It's a picture of me. The channel's about me and about what my channel's about, of course. And my name's in the title of the channel as well. So it makes sense that if my name's in there, that I should be in the profile picture. But once you've nailed it in, leave it there. If you're not quite happy with the picture you got, then change it. Change as often as you need to until you're happy with it. Epidemic sound indeed. Sanity is here. Late, never too late. You're only late if you come in right at the end and we finish. That's late. When you turn up after we've finished. Yeah, Streamlabs. Yeah, I was pretty sure. I was just blanking on that one. And Eileen would know, of course. Schedule 5 minutes for. Yeah, absolutely. Doug, I can see you're a TubeBuddy supporter. Yeah, I'm wearing a TubeBuddy shirt tonight. And if you notice in the pinned comment that I've got a free 30-day trial. So if you've never used TubeBuddy before, you can use that link. You can get a free trial of any paid tier. So you can go the whole hog and have 30 days of Legend package, test A/B testing and stuff for a month and see how you like it. if you want to, and that's on me. So if you want to use that, you can use that link. It's on me, and it's on TubeBuddy as well, of course. So so that's in there, and just for you to test out. So the prerequisite on that though is that you've never had a TubeBuddy account before, you've never tried it before, you want to check it out for the first time. And I believe in my description, if you've done a free trial before and or have a free version of the TubeBuddy, but you're not eligible for the 30-day free trial, I think there's a regular link in the description just to sign up for a paid account if you want to do that, of course. Just put it out there because I don't know who's using TubeBuddy, who's not. Okay. Little Crafty Nooks has made 2, which I believe is the shorts, have shown up on the shelf. Yeah, I don't think many of mine have. I need to go back and dive into my my analytics. The only reason why I knew that video had spiked is because it got way more views than any other video on my channel in that last 48-hour bracket. So it jumped to the top of the list on my dashboard, and I'm like, hey, that's my short. It's got 5,200 views. That's pretty cool. So that's the only reason why I noticed. I hadn't noticed it until the evening of when it happened. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And Darren's general info is in the house. I get 700 to 800 views on my shorts, and suddenly they just stop getting views. How to convert some of those views into 10,000. Yeah, just be patient, because what happens is that YouTube at the moment has been putting them in the shelf, then they drop out of the shelf, then they go in the shelf. So over time, they'll accrue more views. What you might find, like, is that 700-800 of those views mostly coming from the short shelf, or is that just from the general, what you would get off a normal video coming in, because it's in your subscription feed, your subscribers are seeing it, being recommended to people who watch your content. So just check to see if any of those 700-800 views have actually come from the short shelf yet. They may not even hit yet. And once it hits, you might get a spike of 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000. You just don't know. So it's a long game, the shorts. It's not like you publish it and you get instant gratification. It's like I see stuff coming up in my shorts feed when I'm looking at them, because I go and watch them. I try and watch them every a few times a week, maybe every day if I have time, and I'll just watch through, and obviously I'll swipe away quickly any that I'm not interested in. But I get quite a few from Legal Eagle, who's got a pretty large channel. He's been doing some really stellar legal type shorts. Some of his shorts that are being shown to me are older ones from before the Joe Biden's inauguration. So they're talking about things that were happening in early January, and I'm here in February watching these shorts about these events that have already transpired, and now we've sort of moved on to the next phase of what's going on in politics. And so sometimes there's a delay in them getting into the shelf, and you just have to be patient with those. So yeah, and they definitely come in and out on a regular basis. I've seen it on other channels where there's a spike and it drops off, and a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks later there's a spike and it drops off. So it's like a cycle. It's not like in regular YouTube where you can constantly get views from search, or constantly get reviews from recommended and suggested, or because there's another video on a similar topic that's being constantly giving you traffic. The short shelf operates in a very much different way, and we're still trying to figure things out there, and I'm sure YouTube is still tweaking how it all works. Scruffy looking RGB is in the house and says TubeBuddy is worth his weight in gold. I'm just not sure how much TubeBuddy weighs, but yeah. That's Brioni. Brioni's in the house. Fellow Aussie in the house. A few Aussies in the house today. Actually, where is Beanie? He was on Twitter before. Beanie, where are you? Paging Beanie Draws. Okay, so those 700-800 came from the short shelf. Yeah, you'll probably see some cycles happening there over time. That's what I've seen when I've seen some stats from other channels. I haven't had too many of mine cycle through yet, except for that one that hit 5,000 in a couple of hours. So Your description is a bit messed up. In front of website, it has the link in front. Oh, I'll check that out after. I will check that out. Thank you for that. In front of Twitter, there is no link. Okay. Kiwi, technically. We all stick together. We all stick together. So I'm sure, yeah, it's pretty random. It's pretty random. Like if they take off, I noticed one thing that I know we've picked up on is that sometimes the ones that are staying in the shelf a long time are the ones that are really generating a lot of views. So like ones that have millions of views, or at least hundreds of thousands of views, seem to stay there a lot longer. And I have to gather, just because of the way YouTube works, it's going to be, the topic is probably an important factor straight away. How many people are interested in that sort of thing? Because I think they are working on trying to find the right viewers for the right video, like they do in the regular algorithm for the suggested and recommended. At the moment, I'm not seeing the shorts that have been shown to me. I'm not seeing them as tailored to what I generally watch on my channel as regular videos. So yeah, shorts is an interesting thing. Interesting thing indeed. Well, I've caught up with the chat, which is good. So I've answered a few questions. I think it's time for those subscriber shout outs. Let's see if all this is working. Here we go. Okay, I'm on this camera. This is the part of the show where we take a couple of minutes to shout out the newest subscribers on my channel. Of course, they're only the subscribers that have their subscriptions public, because if they're hidden, if they don't share their subscriptions publicly, alas, the Streamlabs API cannot pick them up to show them to me. Ones at the top are the most recent public subscribers. So this is the last 8. The last 8 on my channel, and you never know, you might be in the stream. If you're in the stream or watching the replay, then a big shout out to you. So I'm going to read them off here. We've got Mark's Misfit World. Thank you for subscribing. Real King Savage YT KS YT. Thank you for subscribing. Samir Hichicha or Chicha. The H might be silent. RG the Gamer. Elite KBM LOL. Fascinating names. DJ Raj. I got a feeling DJ Raj might have come in from last night's Free Jingle Friday on Mike Russell's channel. I was modding over there. A lot of DJs frequent that one. VKG LAM or VKG Lamb. I'm not sure how that's pronounced, but well, thank you for subscribing. And Champ TV Rolando Boho. And I'm probably butchering that too. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I hope the content helps. And as always, I'd like to thank the sponsors that are triggering down below there. Epidemic Sound, which we already talked about. Place It, who I used to make the intro video for this live stream, which I've been using for a while. Place It's a good place to make intro videos, logos, different things like that. So you can check that out. There's a link in the description for that. And of course, we've already talked about TubeBuddy. Need I say more? And who else? Who else in the ticker? Morning Fame. Yeah, Morning Fame. Morning Fame. I personally use Morning Fame for my keyword research for my videos. And of course, Ecamm Live, who we are streaming with today. I'm streaming on the latest beta, and it's pretty cool. And there's StreamYard as well, who I'm not streaming with today. But I love using StreamYard as well. So, let's head back to me. Over here. Here we are. Very quickly. Let's see. I don't know if my chat has stopped, or if everyone's just real quiet in the chat right now. Let me know. Let me know if you can still hear me. Somebody say something. Just so I know that the chat hasn't been lost forever. The last one I see is from Brioni, where she says we do, in regards to we need to stick together. Let me know if we're still going out. Oh, I know we're still going out. I can see it coming in. Hello, Little Crafty Nook. Saved me from all my fears that the chat was broken. All right. Remember, if you've got questions, keep dropping them. Oh, Eileen's let me know we're here. Everyone's still there. Thank you, thank you. After reading out the subscribers and there's no new comments, I'm like, oh my goodness. Everyone's either left or the chat's not working. All right, now let's jump on to the next one. The next one is a couple of things we're going to talk about. If you might have seen a couple of weeks ago on the Creator Insider channel, they talked about live stream clips. So basically, if you're on a channel that has clips enabled, you can actually cut a section out and share it with people. So it's like shareable content from somebody else's stream. Now that content obviously is credited still back to the original creator. It's not, you don't get any special views for it. But if there's something interesting you want to share, you can cut like a chunk out of their live stream and just share that like as a shareable clip. This is a feature that Twitch has had for quite a while. And we're going to jump over to Screen Capture channel. I can hear a helicopter going over. Always fun. Where's my little picture-in-picture? Where's my picture-in-picture? My little picture-in-picture on this. You know why? It's the wrong camera. Let's go. That one. There we go. So you can see me while I have the web page up. There we go. Let me make sure I position myself in the circle. Okay, so this is an article on Tube Filter where they sort of basically recap clips. Now, if you go to the Creator Insider channel, all their videos have clips. So clips is not only on live streams, which I mentioned live streams before, but it's also on regular videos. So if you have this enabled on your channel, if you're part of this beta that's testing it, like the Creator Insider channel, you'll be able to see this. So what they do is they're currently in... here we go. We're going to start here. Called Clips. The currently in testing tool allows any YouTube user to highlight between 5 and 60 seconds of content. The selection then becomes its own clip with attribution for the clipper and can be shared directly. When someone follows a clip link, they are taken to the original video's watch page where the clip will loop until they navigate away or click through to the full video. So basically it allows them allows you as a viewer to say, hey, this little, say something happens, say I do something, I get embarrassed, or there's some funny thing that happens on my live stream, and you come in and you use the clip feature and clip that 10 seconds of funny, something where I've lost it or something like that, and then you're able to like share it on social media, and then people are brought back to the live stream replay or the video that it's come from. They can watch that section how many times they like, or they can choose to then click on a button and watch the whole video in context. So it's a great way, if you have it available on your channel when it rolls out, to encourage your viewers to clip things and to share them, because that's bringing traffic back to your channel. So this is a pretty cool thing. Now I've tested it. If you want to find out more, I'd go watch this video from Creator Insider. Now I went to this very video, the sneak peek on clips that these gentlemen from YouTube put together, and I actually clipped a section of that video, and I shared that at the time on, I think, my Twitter feed, because that's where I probably would share it. Now when you share it, the interesting thing is, if I jump to YouTube real quick, over here, let me get my marker pen. My marker pen gonna work? There we go. Over here, no, it's not working. Oh, there it is. Right here, it says clips. I'm just going to close that because I need to clip. Now, if I click in there, I can see anything that I've ever clipped. And you can see the clip that I clipped 2 weeks ago from Creator Insider channel. I clipped 50 seconds of this clip. So now if I click on that, what that's going to do is take me to, if it loads, it's going to take me to that video on the Creator Insider channel. So it's driving traffic back to the channel that the videos come from. So it's a good thing because it encourages people to come back and check out portions of your video. It's taking a little while to load. I think it's because I'm streaming. Just going to click pause there. Streaming and screen sharing, and yeah. You get a little attribution. It says that I'm the one.
On the click button.
Oh.
Right.
Just going to pause that so we don't get audio and stuff coming through. Over here's a little tab that says I'm the one who shared the video, and I clipped it 2 weeks ago, and I titled it a clip about how to do clips. And so what happens is if I hit play, it's going to go through and repeat that 50-second portion that I clipped. Yeah, Chrome is running really slow on me. Basically, it's from here to here on the timeline, that 50 seconds. If I hit play, it's just going to go through, play that, go back to the start again and play that 50 seconds through again, and over and over and over. And then if the person wants to, they can click here and watch the full video. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So when this feature rolls out, if you can get your community sharing shareable content, clips from your videos, from your live streams, I can see it real helpful on live streams, but I think sometimes it can be beneficial on a video. Maybe you've done a blooper at the end of your video. Someone can clip that out and share that on your Facebook or Twitch, or I don't know, wherever you share clips, and it's going to bring people back to your very channel. They can watch that clip, and then they could, if they want to, go back and watch the full video. So it's going to drive more traffic to your content, get you more views. So this is a pretty cool thing. So hopefully that doesn't take too long to roll out. It seems to be fairly stable. Like I did this clip. I haven't come across any other channels that have it, but if you want to test it, you can go to the Creator Insider channel, just pick any video and clip anything up to 60 seconds of content and share it. I probably will at some point probably do a tutorial on how to do that, but we might jump on that when it looks like it's closer to actually being a wide release. So that's pretty cool. Let us jump back. There we go. I'm just going to roll back, see where we're up to, because I see people are coming in. Here we are. This is where I'm up to. Brady says she loves the new set. Yeah. A few upgrades here. We've got fairy lights. We've got the bit of acoustic there. Acoustic black and white. Just some black material there. Nothing special. Had that there before. Upgraded to a shiny new. Actually, my daughter's got me this lens for Chris. This lens is crispy. This is a Sigma 16mm f1.4, so it's super crisp. The autofocus on it is awesome because it's on a Canon M50, and I've been starting to shoot my videos on this from late last year, and really love it. Especially since I got the lens at Christmas time. It's looking crispy, so it's awesome. And so I got my old camera as a second camera. So now I've got two cameras, we're switching, getting it all happening. I love it. I like the technical side of things. It's the technical things. All right. Shared on a com tab. Cool. I don't know what a com tab is. Jemima's Journey Grace, welcome to the stream. Well, coming in while I'm doing my covering the clips feature. And Tyrannical Covers is coming in as well. Welcome. Type 1 Talks coming in, and with a question. What are the rules for including other creator content in YouTube videos for the purpose of reaction? Yeah, that's an interesting one. I have a story about that. The video that I put out as my premiere earlier this week, when I edited it, I thought it was a good idea not to use the original video I was reacting to, because there's a portion where I was wanting to comment on the video. I was so careful not to use somebody's content without permission that I basically showed a couple of like 1 or 2 second clips for effect, but when I watched it back, I found that it was very hard to follow because you didn't know what I was reacting to, even though I told you to go watch the video right before I start reacting to it. I said, here, stop, here's a link, go watch it, then come back and watch the rest of my video. But even then, when I was watching it through after editing it a few weeks earlier, I'm like, yeah, this just doesn't really work without showing at least a snippet of what I'm reacting to. Like, he says this, and this is my reaction, or this is my reply. That didn't really work for me. But going back to the question, which has disappeared, is there is a provision, it's called fair use. But what that means is to be anywhere considered for fair use, you have to be transforming that clip that you're using in some way, which means adding a significant commentary on it. Not just sort of showing it and saying, oh yeah, I don't agree with that, but basically, if say you're reacting to something, you'd have to not just be an emotional reaction or a face reaction. So I was watching like a trailer for WandaVision, and I go, oh my goodness, what was that all about? And if that's all I said, that wouldn't be fair use. But if I started to theory craft about what I think things mean, add additional information, then that starts to become transformative, which pushes it towards fair use. Now, even then, I could say it's fair use. The person who owns the content has to agree with that. And if we don't agree, then the only person that can settle that is a court of law, a judge. YouTube can't settle. They can't say, yeah, that's fair use. YouTube, they are unable to determine that. They're not legally allowed to do that. So there's still an uncertainty even when you sort of dive into, using fair use. If you're doing a reaction video and you do provide a significant amount of transformation and information, so you're commentating on it, you're giving your thoughts, you're going in depth, then you have to be prepared in yourself that if it does come back to bite you, if they do say, hey, I'm going to claim it, or hey, I'm going to give you a copyright strike and take your video down, which is worse. But even if they claim it and you want to dispute that, then you have to be prepared to go back to them and say, hey, I think this is fair use because of this, this, and this. And hopefully then they'll agree with you, release the claim. And then you have to be prepared that if they don't do that, if they don't really say, no, we're sticking to our guns, we think that that's a copyright violation, then you have to be prepared to maybe go to court. So that's the thing you got to deal with. So you have to figure out where you're comfortable with all that sort of legal stuff that surrounds it. And for some people, they just say, oh, it's not worthwhile, I won't bother. But if you're confident, and people do this successfully, people do reaction stuff successfully, people do content where they're reacting to things in a successful way, people commentate on other pieces of content, whether it's music. Music's really tough, but that might be like a movie trailer or a TV show where they're just showing a section or just watching the trailer, whatever it might be. Some of those they can do it successfully, and the people who you have to pick and choose maybe what material you're actually using. Could be a factor. When it gets in the music realm, reacting to music, that can be real tough because the music industry is very copyright, infringement. If you infringe on our copyright, we want to get every last cent out of you. So it's gonna be really tough. It can be really tough. So there's no hard fast rules, but good person to look at in regards to fair use in particular, and copyright on YouTube is Ian Corzine. He's a social media lawyer, so he's a lawyer specifically for people who are on social media. So for creators in particular, he's a creator himself, of course, because he's got a channel. So Ian Corzine, he's also known as Ian Corzine, your social media lawyer. So if you look him up, Ian Corzine, Corzine. Yes, I can't even spell. So yeah, for more information, Ian Corzine. He's awesome. And of course, Urban Explorer is in the house. Good to have Neil here. Welcome. Okay. And Phasey GG are using vidIQ or TubeBuddy. I'm just going to stand up for a second and take a drink from my vidIQ mug. TubeBuddy. vidIQ is good, but if it's Team vidIQ or Team TubeBuddy, then obviously I'm a Team TubeBuddy. Yeah, Roberto knows his stuff. Roberto indeed knows his stuff. Like, there's nothing wrong with vidIQ. Like, I've got friends who work for vidIQ, so vidIQ is a great company, and they make great tools as well. You just got to choose. It's like, so I know people that use both. People use both, so don't be afraid if you want to use both. Just don't use both for keyword research and get confused because you get different results, because that happens. But there's a lot of other tools on both vidIQ and TubeBuddy that are beyond just keyword research. So don't just think of TubeBuddy as something to use for keyword research or vidIQ as something to use for keyword research. It's beyond that. They're both a suite of tools that help you get your YouTube stuff done more efficiently. Share to the world. That's what I like to hear. All right. K Sniper Alpha. Hey, if I need my recovery email, in case I get locked out, what happens if I forget the pass for my recovery email? You need to do something to remember your pass, even if you use like 1Pass or one of those password rememberers services or apps. At some point, you can't forget stuff. But I know. These password services are probably the good way to go, whether you're using like iCloud or 1Pass or there's probably a few others. Like, I don't use many of those. Like Apple Keychain, if you're like in the totally Apple ecosystem, for example. When you're creating passwords for stuff, often you want them to be like an encrypted type password in the sense of they're random numbers and letters and symbols. Sometimes you let these things pick a password when you sign up for a service, so it makes a random password. So totally random. It's not the same as any other password, but then the password service that you're using remembers that password for you. So you only ever have to remember how to get into the password service. You only have to know that one password to get you in. And then when you go to log into something, it goes, okay, you're logging into your Ecamm account. So then it goes, okay, this is your password, this is your username, boom, logs you in. Then you'd have to remember any of it. And in this day and age, there's too many things you have to log into to remember a different password for every single service. But you don't want to use the same password for every single service because that's not secure. So yeah, the short answer is don't forget your password for your recovery email. Have something that will remember it for you. How can I recover a password for the channel? Now, if you've forgotten your Google password to log into a channel, then there's a recovery process that Google has. If you Google account recovery, then it gives you all the options and a troubleshooting guide and things to walk through to actually be able to get back into your account. It'll ask you questions and tell you what you need to do step by step to prove who you are, so it's not like giving you access to your account to some random person. Insane McLean is in the house. Welcome. Desmond is here as well. Everyone's coming in. Atad Jack, hello. Type 1 talks. Got your profile picture there this time. Daniel Batal is in the house as well. I'm finally getting down to chat. Fair use is incredibly tricky as a legal definition. Exactly. YouTube have no way of determining fair use. So if you get knocked back, it's not YouTube, it's because the person whose content you're using is saying no dice. So you got to deal with them. Let's scroll down. Scroll down. Let me get caught up on this chat if I can. Do I still have to create cards? Oh, you still have to before this afternoon. I thought you were asking for permission. I'm like, yeah, go. There's always something in the content creation process. There's always something that you need to do. Whether it's finishing up a thumbnail, finishing editing a video. Like I'll film something and then I'll have to edit, and so I'll do editing in stages. I very rarely, unless it's a quick short or something that I can edit real quick. It might take me a couple of sessions to edit. So yeah, there's always something. There's always something. To get a replacement SIM, you need to go to your mobile carrier. Only they can get you replacement SIMs. Whatever their process is, then you need to go through that. Usually you have to go in store, but there might be an option online in your account to get a replacement SIM where they can verify who you are, or over the phone. But again, there's a lot of verification because they want to make sure they only send a SIM out to the legit person that you are and not somebody pretending to be you. Scully's here. Scully's House of Thrillers. Good morning, evening. It is evening at the moment, but in about 20 minutes it will be morning. So, you're right. Both cases. Both cases. Kobe Talks, welcome to the stream. Hey Doug, do you know how you get the chat on screen when using Prism? Now, I've lost my spot in the chat. No, I haven't. Yes, I have. I've lost my spot in the chat. Oh, here we go. Kobe Talks. With Prism, what you'd use is you go into the... what's it called again? If you go into... Let me pull this up real quick. The section where you can put your images and add text and everything when you swipe from the from the right to the left, the little studio section, and you use the web option. And then what you need to do is go use a service like Streamlabs use one of their chat widgets, or you can use Stream Elements or something like that. Set that up for your channel, get the URL, and then paste it into the web section. So it's like a browser extension on OBS. It works the same way. So basically you go into the web section, paste the URL, and then once you're live, that should start showing up on your screen. So you can pull that on and off your screen like you can with images, music, text, video, and of course your chat, your media, your web-based elements that come in. So so you do that from the My Studio section, and you should be good to go. That's on Prism Live. Been a little while. I know I did that short for Prism Live as my last one. It didn't do as well as the Streamlabs one. But it's still early days on the shorts, of course. Still early days. Everyone say hey. A lot of people coming in. A lot of heys. This is good. This is good. I'll just keep scrolling until I see something for me. Hey, it's FaZe Riley. I'm just going to try and pick new people as well. So if I miss you, I apologize. I'm trying. If it looks like the first comment, then I will try and shout you out. And welcome you to the stream. Hey, Chantel is here from Fiberific. So Chantel, I popped into that clubhouse room, I believe, earlier this week. That was a pretty cool room. I popped in when Nick and Justin were there. Nick left, and Justin left a bit after that. And I had to get back to work, but it was a pretty cool vibe. Pretty cool vibe in there. A lot of Aussies. I like the Aussie vibe because they're a little bit more laid back. I think that's why I like it. So that's cool. So if that room's happening again, then I'll probably browse on back to that particular room on Clubhouse. Midnight Madness 4x4 is here as well, saying good morning. And seeing if there's any more comments for me. Oh, I'm at the bottom. Here we go. How could I get more attention on autism content? That's a good question. Very good question. Now, it's going to depend on where you're at, of course, but the basic idea is to firstly start making content, which I'm assuming you are. I don't know how much content you've already got up. I don't know how long you've been doing YouTube. I don't know where you are at in regards to subscribers or views or people coming in at the moment. But firstly, I would start getting videos up there just to see the current response, what that existing content that you've already got up, what sort of response is that getting? Is there something that you can learn from that response that might help? Like, how are people sticking around through the video, or are they clicking off quickly? Is there something you can do to get that content, to get those viewers to watch for longer? Is there something you can do to, maybe people aren't clicking in the first place, so maybe there's something that you can improve in the title and the thumbnail to be able to get more people to click in the first place? Because once they click, then they're going to start watching, and then that's a view, and then you can, it then morphs into keeping them watching throughout the video. So over time, like when you first start, like when I first started, and I'm sure I've still got videos that I post every now and then, quite often, where it's not going to hit the mark. People aren't going to stick around. Maybe I ramble too long at the beginning of the video, so they click off. Maybe I don't get to the point quick enough, or all that sort of thing. Maybe I haven't tightened up the edit enough, and I ramble in the middle somewhere. Even though I'm giving some information, I might just be rambling. So tighten all those things up and do things in your video that will help keep people watching, interested. Storytelling is a big part of that. Telling stories. But it's all about getting people to watch as much of your video as possible and learning what the people who are watching your content, what they're looking for, and meeting those needs as well. So you're bringing information, I'm assuming, on autism, which is really awesome. Yeah, you're doing a great. You're probably providing a lot of information, providing support, and that's an important thing, because that's still also, all that process is over time building a community as well. And let me just see what's happening in this chat here, because I know Gemma's coming back and saying a couple of things, so I just want to look for that. I'll just highlight at Jack. I like your channel. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll probably see it pop up on my screen, particularly if you're in it, because I'm following you on Clubhouse. That's probably one of the reasons why why it came up in the first place.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat, Daniel Batal. Let me point in the right direction. Thanks for all your help in my recent streams, pal. You're awesome. I appreciate that, Daniel. Awesome. I appreciate all your help and channel advice and things as well. So thank you for that. Thank you. So we always have super chats. We've got Buy Me a Coffee if you can't do super chats, just in case you're wondering. I thought I'd mention that at that point as well. The link for all those things are in the description for Buy Me a Coffee as well. And I know Eileen Smith knows all about that, because she dropped me a coffee on Monday. Was it Monday? It was Monday. Okay, back to Gemma. I've been on YouTube for 6 years and got 3.7. I'm assuming that's 3.7 thousand. That's 3,700-ish. Not 3.7 total. Yes, thumbnails and text I need to improve. Yeah, that's always an improvement. Even me, I go after a while. I think my thumbnails are getting stale. They need to evolve, and so sometimes that means experimentation and testing, of course. And the same thing goes for titles. Experimentation. See what works. See what grabs attention. And where are we? And just to highlight the super chat again. Thank you. Yeah, topics. I neglected to mention topics, but yeah, topics. I think topic is often the most important thing for a video, especially if your channel's about something the number one thing I would ask myself is this on topic for my channel? Is the thing I want to talk about something that A, fits into what my channel's about, and B, my viewers will be interested in it. And sometimes you can get a topic that fits your channel, but maybe there's not many people who are actually interested in that topic. So that's where you can do your research, Google Trends, TubeBuddy, different things like that, just to see what the search volume is for that particular topic. That can be helpful too, because sometimes it could be just the topic. Yeah, the people are just sort of sleeping on it basically. They're like, yeah, it might pick up later. The good thing about YouTube is when you get your videos out and then they don't maybe perform initially, and a lot of my videos do this, they don't perform initial velocity, but over time they pick up, they get suggested and recommended, they get picked up in search, particularly for evergreen content like a lot of my stuff is, and they take off over time. So then you're getting videos with 50,000 views, 100,000 views, 20,000 views. And when you've got a channel like me, I'm just over 6,000 subscribers. If I'm getting beyond that, then I'm doing well. If I'm making more, let's see, if I'm getting 10,000 views, if I'm getting 20,000 views, then I know I'm doing that video is a winner. And over time, it's just going to keep growing. So yeah, topic. So I'm glad you mentioned topic, because I think topic is often overlooked. People just sort of, I'm just going to make a video, and don't consider, is this topic really going to do it for somebody? It's usually, this one here is usually every Saturday. Some Saturdays I get busy, like last week I was editing and preparing for my premiere, which was on Monday. So and then I knew that Nick was having Dara Leaves on, so I wanted to keep myself fresh for that. So in between editing and preparing the premiere and Nick's stream, I didn't stream last week. But yeah, we're trying to get here as many, nearly every Saturday at about 8, just before 8 a.m. Eastern, whatever time it is now, and a little bit earlier, an hour before now, basically. And we go for about an hour, which we have done. We've hit the 0 on the clock because we know that Nick Nimmon's stream's coming up on the hour at 9 a.m. Eastern, which I haven't checked to see if it's scheduled, but I'm assuming it is. And before I continue, I will double check on that, because that's an important piece of information. What I like to do is when I wrap things up is send people on over. He's scheduled to start at 5 past the hour, 9:05 a.m. Eastern. So we've got, that's in about 10 minutes. And one thing you must know about Nick Nimmon, sometimes he gets the itch and he starts to stream a few minutes early. So you got to be ready for that. So let's see. Final words. Scully dropping fire and analytics. Awesome. Little Crafty Nook's going to come on back and meet us on Nimmon Live. And that's one thing that I like to do, is let everyone know. Oh, with fanfare as well. Right after this stream, right now, when we're dropping, when we wrap this up, make sure you head on over to Nick Nimmon's channel and join the live stream. He is doing today, he is answering, the title of the video, title of the stream, learn how to get views on YouTube for real. It's a Q&A live stream, learn how to get views on YouTube for real. So make sure you join Nick over there in a couple of minutes, and if he's got some guests, you can join them too. Daniel Batal's there, and I'll change to get back off that. Here we go. Is there a Nick for Nick's live stream? Absolutely. I'm going to drop that for you now. I just have to copy and paste it. I'm going to drop it in the Ecamm chat. That should work. There it is. Make sure you head on over. Hopefully that link works. I got it straight from YouTube, so it should. I want to thank everyone for joining me today. It was good to hang. We got to talk about clips. We got to do our usual segments. We didn't cover all the topics. We're going to talk about a few things in regards to my channel, doing more live streams and things like that. But we can talk about that another time. There's no urgency in that. I appreciate everyone hanging out, and I appreciate all the questions that people ask, and I try and answer the best of my ability. And if I don't know the answer, I'll tell you I don't know the answer. I don't know everything. None of us do. But I want to thank you. Thank the music from Epidemic Sound. Thank TubeBuddy, who I pinned the link. So if you want that 30-day free trial and never had TubeBuddy before, make sure you click that pinned link up in the top of the chat and check that out, that 30-day free trial of whichever paid version you wish to check it out. And let me give you a hint. Check out Legend Package. Okay? Well, this is Doug, and I will catch you later. And end screen.